things. And what's coming up that we want to talk about tonight is a mindfulness event for teens called Mindful Moves. We're going to be hosting this on Wednesday, July 24th at Yoga San Angelo. There's my co-host. Awesome.
Hello.
Hi, Sierra. Okay,
Hi.
good. No more fill for time. We actually can get into it and chat a little bit. Awesome.
We figured it out.
Figured it out. All right. So first and foremost, I would love for you to introduce yourself and maybe tell everyone a little bit about you, and then I have some questions for you.
Wonderful. Well, okay. So my name is Sierra Mullan. I am currently working on the startup of a new program or nonprofit. We haven't really figured that out yet. But for the time being, it is called Youth Empowerment in Action. So it's really based on helping teens feel more connected to their community. And so through that, like doing different projects that are all youth-led and youth determined, a teen support group, and also a youth action committee. So kind of having a go-to committee of youth in our town that can provide their input and their opinions, and different things that the community has going on. So I have a history of working with teens through different programs. So I've done like in-home parent mentor program with teens and their families, and those were very much like, the youth and the families determine their own goals, and then we work together on those goals and achieving those. And then also I've led teen support groups, which I absolutely love. So I'm super, super, super excited about this. I think that's kind of my forte, is just like, how can we help provide different opportunities for teens to feel empowered and confident in themselves, and feel, connected to their community and other teens. So, yeah.
Fantastic. And that perfectly aligned with one of my personal missions, which is to help others feel empowered in their lives by finding their voice and advocating for themselves and learning how to set appropriate boundaries and do really great self-care and do other activities of self-discovery, including mindfulness activities. So I'm going to, again, say my name because I'm some people joining late. Hi, it's Laura Wall, and I'm joined by Sierra Mullan. Tonight we're talking about an event called Mindful Moves, and it's a free event for the teens in our community of San Angelo, and we are going to be hosting this next Wednesday night. It's July 24th from, remind me of the time, Sierra?
6:30 to 9:30.
Thank you.
Yeah.
At Yoga San Angelo. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the event itself? What all is it going to encompass?
Okay, so I'm glad that you also mentioned like self-care. I think you and I have talked a lot about this, that's been part of my journey too. And I feel like this is so important for our teens to learn as well, as far as, if I do get overwhelmed, like how can I handle that and actually have like a good conversation with people, even when those emotions are really running pretty high. So the event is really just kind of reflecting on these different like empowerment-based themes. So, being small versus taking up space and feeling confident in ourselves, being quiet versus speaking up, and, being able to, stand up for ourselves, but in a way that's also respectful and doesn't come across negatively. And then also like being nice versus being kind is how you phrased it, I believe. And I loved that because I think that that's a huge thing. We tend to have trouble like setting these boundaries and saying no when, if I'm really bad about this, as I'll sign up for like 50 different volunteer things and then be like, oh, why did I do that? I felt like I couldn't say no, and now my schedule is crazy. And I did that to myself because I didn't have those boundaries before, whereas now I'm trying to be more mindful of like, okay, how can I take care of myself while also doing all these things that I'm interested in being a part of. So so that's kind of like the event is just going to provide different skills and tools that teens can use. We'll also have some fun activities to, kind of break up the discussion a little bit and kind of get you more involved
embodied.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is not a TED Talk. We're not going to be talking straight at the teens for hours and hours and boring them.
No.
We understand that part of what helps a lot of people learn is to get up and move, or actually engage with another person, or do some sort of activity, even if it's internal. So all of the activities are going to be based on their choice. So if they just want to opt out and observe, that's fine, or if they want to participate, that's fine. We do have some movement going on, and one of my favorite parts of all of my events that I do, snacks. We're going to have snacks.
Yay, snacks.
And we're going to have a little mindfulness activity around that as well. And we're going to be doing this at Yoga San Angelo in their newly remodeled, super cool basement. I was just there last week. They had a poetry slam open mic night. And so the space feels really open and creative. There's some fun, funky lighting. And I think it's going to be a great space for the teens to feel comfortable, and yet it's kind of private, and they can really express themselves to their comfort level.
Yeah, I love that you added that too, because I know, working with teens, sometimes it's like hard to get out of our comfort zone, and I feel like that's a huge part of this is like, you have that freedom to like enjoy these activities the way you want to, and and just kind of give you that, youth voice, right? That's what this is about, is giving teens more agency in their own lives. So yeah.
Well, I'm hearing a little bit of your passion. So that was going to be my next question, is like, why are you so passionate about not only creating this event, but also creating this movement here in San Angelo with this organization that you're bringing along for teens? Why is this event so important today?
Yes, you did hear the passion. I feel like I've talked a lot about this program over like the past few weeks, and I get really excited because it's becoming more and more of a reality, and I just feel like it's so important for these teens to have a space where they feel valued, a space where they feel heard. I'm excited to offer it because I feel like so often when we're trying to like talk to teens, we're like, here's this thing for you to do, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. When instead we can work with teens and really have like this partnership of like, okay, what do you want to get out of this? How can I help you grow and, work on all of these things that you're struggling with? And so I feel like, we do that in our life as adults, and we don't expect, just to say like, here's what you're doing and you're doing it this way. With teens, I feel like some of that is missing, and I really am so excited to be able to like provide a space where teens really do feel valued and feel that their voice is heard. So that's why I'm excited about it. And I think that this is just like a really great, starting point to see like how we can blend empowerment for teens with other things that we have going on in our community.
Absolutely.
So,
what I'm hearing you say is there's a lot of structure in their life, because I'm thinking of myself as a teen. When you go to school, there's when you have to be there and how that has to happen and when the project is due, as well as maybe the extracurricular activities. There's a lot of structure around creating a good band, or creating a good drill team, or creating a good drama club. And with what we're talking about is we're actually opening up the floor for them to be more collaborative with us, as opposed to us knowing everything and telling them how to do it. We're going to be really opening it up so that they can interact more at their level, and they're going to feel, I think, more valued when we are able to listen and respond to that. So exciting. All right, last question. If there is a parent out there of a teen, or more than one teen, and they're thinking they're interested in signing up their teen for this free event, and again, we've got a really great Google Doc. It's just a few questions. Check in with some information about your child, your teenager. So what would you tell that parent? Like, what do you think their teenager would be taking away from this event?
A lot, and I don't want to like spoil all of the fun stuff that we have planned, but like I think there's so much that they can get from this as far as like how do we communicate better with other people in our lives, but also a huge thing for me is just that like self-confidence and being able to feel, comfortable in your own skin, and just knowing that you have value for the strengths that you already have, not having to be someone you're not, and just being able to really build on those strengths that are already inside of you. And so I think that the self-confidence plays into a lot of different things as far as like, how I view myself, but also like, I had someone I talked to today that was saying, this would be great for, so-and-so because of, bullying or whatever, just being able to know what your strengths truly are and know that they are there. And so I think that, in my opinion, and working with teens, that self-confidence is a huge, huge thing. And then again, I mean, that goes back to like empowerment based, like, trying to help you feel empowered and trying to help you feel that you already have the tools to do great things. So, yeah.
Wow, this sounds like a really great set of building blocks that we could be offering to these teens. Everybody needs communication. We all need to learn new styles and better ways to communicate. We don't always learn that in school or in our families. It's always great to learn new styles and new ways to be collaborative or more clear or more advocating for your needs. As well as the confidence piece. I think of myself as a freshman in college, and I thought I was confident, but I don't think I was. I think it was a lot of bluster. So, and then the last piece is really, I feel like it's more about helping them honor themselves and accept themselves for their own unique capabilities that have nothing to do with their competency or any other factor, just learning them maybe to love themselves a little bit more, which I'm always in favor of more love in our world. Those are three great things. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I kind of want to ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot. Sorry. But like, what drew you to this? Because I know like we've talked a lot and I love, kind of what brought us together. And I just want to hear from you. Like, what is your passion? Why is this so important to you?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, I was a mentor in Big Brothers Big Sisters many moons ago. And I remember meeting my little brother, and he was 11 at the time. And he was just kind of lost. He had a mom that loved him and a dad that loved him, and they were in different houses, and he just needed one more person on his side to show him some different parts of the world. His parents were doing a fine job, but he just needed a little extra attention. And I remember the times that we spent together, the things that I thought were kind of basic that I knew about the world, they were so impactful for him. And honestly, I went in there thinking I was going to give something, and I feel like what I got out of it was 100 times more in the relationship that I developed with this young man, and he and I are still acquainted to this day. Hi, Kyle. Kyle Price is out there, and he now is a grown man with a family of his own, and he's doing incredible things to be such an incredible person. And then the other piece is I think back to my younger self. I think back to my awkward 13-year-old self, or my 15-year-old self, or my 17-year-old self. And same thing, I didn't have a big brother, a big sister. I didn't have an older sister guidance. My parents were not always available to me. They taught me as much as they could, as well as they could, but there just wasn't these kind of resources available. And so I think that if I had learned some things about mindfulness, or even just about knowing how to tap into my own uniqueness, or even just being more accepting and loving of myself, how incredible that would have impacted me in my life path. So now that I know those things, I'd like to give it back to the next generation and watch them thrive, watch them move forward with greater ease and grace, and navigate the world maybe 1% better than I did. That would thrill me. I really, really enjoy watching other people grow and achieve and thrive and discover themselves through their own potential. So thanks. That was a great question.
I love that. Well, and I mean, there's always something that draws us to, like wanting to provide events like this. And I think that that's a huge thing for me is, what is my why? Why am I doing this? Why do I care? And I think that there's, so many people out there that do want to see this for our teens. And so I just like to bring that to the table too, because, I think I definitely was nodding along to, how I felt as a teen. And it's tough, we're navigating the world, and, I didn't have all the tools that I have now. And I think back and I'm like, I wonder how I would have handled that differently. So I think just having that support there and being able to, provide what we can provide just to help along the way.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's going to be a fantastic event. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to bring all of my most awkward dance moves so the kids will have something to cringe about.
Yes, I was like, I am not going to pretend to be cool. I am not a cool person, but but we'll have fun with it. And it's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, I'm just going to reiterate, we're going to drop a link in the comments after this live is over. So there'll be a Google Doc that you as a parent can go and sign up your teen for. It's ages 14 to 17. If you have any questions, on that Google Doc is both Sierra and my phone number, so you're welcome to call us and ask questions, or you can put them here in the comments and we'll respond to them. So if you're concerned about the format or if you're wondering about the snacks, we can give you all those details. And then you'll be getting a notification, a reminder about the event for your teen shortly before it happens. And then again, it's on Wednesday, July 24th, 6:30 to 9:30 at Yoga San Angelo, downstairs in the groovy basement. And we are looking forward to doing Mindful Moves for Teens, a free community event coming up soon.
I am very much looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thanks again, Sierra, for joining me tonight, and I will see you very soon, and we'll finish up all of our planning of all those little extra details, and we'll see hopefully some of you there on Wednesday.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Laura. This has been a blast, and I'm so excited.
Same here. See you soon.
All right.